Hey there, Tracy here for Trinity Stamps. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this rolling beach ball interactive birthday card. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. So I'm going to be using our snap and slides, and then I'm going to be using our slide die set, our slide and spin die set. And I don't have a label on this, my apologies, but I will have it listed and linked down below. And I'm just going to be using the straight one today, but there's all kinds of fun there. I'm going to be using our Summer Gnome 4x8 stamp set and the coordinating dies. I'm going to use that little gnome there. I'm going to be using our beach ball circle card add-on die set. And I'm going to be using the little waves from the Tiny Island die set. And what I have here is I have some shiny paper, and this I believe I got from scrapbook.com, but all of it's kind of a vinyl looking paper, and I thought that would be cool for a beach ball. And then I have two pieces of a green, like a blue green, at 6 1/4 by 2 1/2 and 6 1/4 by 2, and then I have a 6 1/4 by 4 3/4 or 4 1/4, 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Sorry about that, and then a 5 by 7 card base. I'm going to use a hot pink card base to kind of go along with some hot pink that I'm going to be using inside of the card or on the outside of the card. So this is just a piece of paper cut 10 by 7, and I'm going to score it in half at 5 and fold it in half, and we'll have our card base out of the way. So when I make these on the fly, because I don't make a lot of 5 by 7 cards, and I want that to be a little bit flatter, so I'm going to grab my Trinity Stamps little ergonomic bone folder. Plus it doesn't leave a mark on your paper. You notice my other little El Cheapo one did. Anyway, I need to make the beach ball, and I've got everything all cut out here. And I'm going to just glue it together, and piecing it in is pretty simple. I start with the largest piece and then kind of piece everything after that. And I'm just using some liquid glue, but I'm not going all the way to the edges because I don't want a bunch of glue all over my vinyl, although it wipes off super easy with just water. So, and I chose some, not traditional colors for my beach ball. I'm just going to kind of move this around until it fits nicely with that little circle at the top. And the nice thing about using this vinyl kind of paper is that it moves around a lot easier if you haven't gotten it in the right spot. And I should tell you another trick that I do is that I used to do, before I started making cards with dies and things, I used a Cricut machine, and I had a ton of leftover vinyl after I got rid of my Cricut machine because I stopped using it. And so what I do is I'll take that vinyl and I'll stick it to cardstock and use it as a shiny cardstock, and it works great. It cuts beautifully. So try it if you don't have this. And I want to say this is, I don't remember where I got this. I may have gotten it at scrapbook.com. Not sure. Because I just don't keep my paper in categories anymore. I cut it all down and put it in a box. And I know the vinyl looking paper's there, the sparkly paper's over there, and that's kind of how I organize my paper, if you want to call it organized. And then I'm just moving this around, and apologize, but I'm trying not to get my head in the camera, and it's a little bit far. My eyesight isn't that wonderful. Sorry. Not sorry, it happens. And I'll get this last piece glued on. There, that's simple. That beach ball is done. And I end up gluing another piece to the back side because I feel like, since this is going to be my interactive element, I feel like it's not quite sturdy enough, so you can see that it's a little bendy. So I add another piece of cardstock cut with the same circle. And then next thing I want to do is I want to make my waves. And so I've got my 2 1/2 and my 2 inch by 6 3/4 strips here. And I'm going to cut the little waves, and you'll notice that the little wave is actually a little short for that. So I'm going to show you how I fix that, and then I'll do the other one off camera. And then my apologies, but at one point in this video, while I'm recording, apparently I didn't hit the record button, and I put together the interactive part basically off camera, but I'll kind of walk you through it real quickly once I get to that portion. So I'm just going to use my little Empress machine grab my mat here, and I'm going to grab my piece and try and stay on camera best I can. Yeah, here we go. Let's move that thing out of the way. And then I'm just going to take the little wave and I'm going to set it across the top right here. And you can do as many or as few of these as you want in whatever colors. You know, just don't do my colors if you, unless you like them, and then definitely do them. So I'm going to cut that out. I'll just run that through. And the reason I don't have it way back like that is because it hits against my little backdrop there. So then I'm going to just pull this up, and then I'm just going to scoop my paper down and set this next wave on there wherever it fits best. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And then I'll go ahead and run that through again. So I'll carefully slide my paper in and then put my plates in, and it'll cut out the rest of my little wave. And I'll do the rest off camera. So if you ever need a longer piece, that's something that you can do. And there I've got my little wave. So I'm going to do my second wave off camera, and then I'll be back. So there are my two waves, and I'm going to glue the first wave down. The second wave, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to grab some Tropical Tango ink and just ink blend a little bit on here so that's a little bit darker. And it looks like I had some excess green on my brush that I didn't notice, but that's okay. I'm fine with it. I just need it to be a little bit darker, give that illusion of depth, or kind of landscape. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my first piece. My second piece I'll be popping up on a little bit of foam tape, on a low profile foam tape. So, and then what I end up doing is after I cut the snap and slide or the slide and spin die portion out, I simply just put the snap and slide in that hole, snap it together, and then I add a piece of foam tape on top of the top portion to make my beach ball pop up a little bit more, and then stick my beach ball down. So that's the part that somehow didn't get on camera. So I'm kind of just eyeballing where I need this to be, and I can see I've got a little bit of glue on there. You can't see it on camera, but I can see it. I'm just going to take my cloth and just wipe that off. A little bit of water on the cloth. But I love how the sort of vinyl looking paper makes it look like an actual beach ball. So I know that it can start off the card and end off the card, but I need it to be able to slide in the middle to get it into an envelope. So I'm going to find the center of this beach ball. And listen, friends, you don't have to put it in the center if you don't want to. You want to get it kind of close, but the more off center it is, the more wobbly it is when it spins down the water. So I'm just kind of using my little guide here and finding the center. I am terrible at finding centers of things, trust me. And I know, you know, I'm just too lazy to do the math, the geometry of it. So, you know, I get it close enough. That's my thing. So I'm just kind of feeling where that little center is ending up. And then I'm just going to make a tiny mark with my pencil on the paper. So I see it's there, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my die and cut out that hole. And it is right above the water. If, you know, you can make your water higher and put it in the water, you do you, like I said. I do want to make sure that my slide mechanism is straight. So I am going to use my little Pear Blossom Press T ruler to kind of straighten that out and make sure it's on there nice and straight, and then tape it down. And it's wanting to slide, it's going to want to slide under there, so I'm going to flip the ruler over where I've got a steady spot, because you'll see. I'll try and move the little thing and it'll slide right under. Whoops. Okay, flip it over. Is that going to work? Let's see. No. Okay, let's flip it to the other side. I just need it nice and flat against the card so my die doesn't slip up underneath it. Okay, that looks like a good spot. And I'm making it even on both sides. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a little piece of tape here and tape that down, and then I'm going to take it and cut it out off camera. Okay, so you can see I pulled it apart because I realized I hadn't been filming. So you can see how the ball is stuck on there with the snap and slide. And by the way, that slide and spin die set has a way to build a mechanism like this if you don't have the snap and slides, but they're so handy. So I'm just gluing that back down. I added some low profile foam tape so that you know, my mechanism could spin freely on the bottom. And there you can see my ball will spin and slide, and it's not perfectly in the center, and that's fine. So I'm going to stamp out this little gnome, and I'll color him on camera, but I am going to go super high speed. So I stamp him once and I leave my stamp in the stamp platform, because oftentimes with these pencils, and I'm using pencils, by the way, Prismacolors, you lose some of your black lines, and I want those back. So I just leave it all in place, and then when I'm done, I stamp over it in usually like a StazOn so it doesn't smear. You can use an archival or something like that, but then you have to wait for it to dry, and I'm just can't be asked. Anyway, I'm using multiple colors of pencils, getting him colored in. So I barely use alcohol markers. I got rid of most of my alcohol markers, in fact. So mostly what you'll see me coloring with is either watercolor or pencils. So here you see me stamping it over, and now I've got it all stamped and cut out, and then I did the Happy Surf Day to You, and now I just need to decide where I want to put this little gnome. And I want him under that wave, which is why I popped it up a tiny bit. But I also want his little pink inner tube to show. So I'm just kind of messing around, making sure that my ball goes through no matter where I'm putting it. Because what I want to happen is I want the ball to cover both the sentiment and the gnome. Okay, let's see, can he go a little bit higher? And these are things you just have to test. And I don't want him too far off to the right either. I'm just, you know, being aware and conscious of the space. Okay, so he's okay right there. Let's try him a little bit higher and tilted the way he should be. And let's check it. Now I'm good with it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the inner tube first. And then just kind of tuck it into that little wave right there. So it looks like he's floating in the water. Does it move? Yes, it moves. Test it. Once I've tested it, I'll go ahead and add some glue to a couple of other spaces, little foot, little hat. Just to make sure he's nice and glued down and everything moves. And then I'll go ahead and glue down my sentiment, and that'll finish off this card, friends. I didn't do the inside. If you ever get, you know, excess glue, don't try to wipe it with your finger. Take a paper towel and dab at it, because if you wipe it, you're going to smear it onto your card. Ask me how I know. And I'm going to pop up the little sentiment a little bit. Again, this is a super low profile foam tape. Probably 2 millimeter. I know it's not the 1 millimeter. But the ball itself, I have a little square of the Pear Blossom Press World's Best Foam Tape, which you can't get anymore, I think. Right now there's some supply issues, but you can use any foam tape, but it's about 3 millimeters, so that can go over my sentiment and my little gnome. So I'm just going to take my tweezers and place this and try and get it as straight as I can get it. Decide on where I want it to go. So we've got Happy Surf Day, and I white heat embossed that on the same pink paper that I did the background on. And see, I moved it, didn't notice. Let's see if I notice it. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect anyway. But see, now the little ball covers him. Yep, and I moved it, and it's going to be cattywampus, and that is what it is. So we have a fun little interactive birthday card. I could sit there and spin those things all day long. And if you put it off center, you can see how it wobbles a little bit. Now, if you were to pop your water up quite a bit and lower that, there you can see I can move it because it's on that Pear Blossom Press tape. You could put it where it's in the water. And that was my initial plan, but then I decided against it. So see, now it's wobbly, but it's still fun. So, you know, place it where you want. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. I'll have everything listed in the description box below. And if you're not already subscribed to the Trinity Stamps channel, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.